to the ground. It's Kamara. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first, 18 yards that time. Mahomes now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And escapes the sack. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He finds some open field here.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Now let's go. Green. Detroit. Hurry up, here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Open space inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Hey, 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number. On the year, and the Saints add on to their lead. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Try to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the second up in Seattle. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they recover the fumble in plus position, but they can't go anywhere. In fact, they go backwards, but they do get a field goal out of it.
They'll take the 3, but in a lot of ways, they feel like they let themselves down by not capitalizing, and they definitely let the defense down for getting the key turnover.
And out come the Chiefs now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. A gain of 3, second down. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Gone.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. This is Hunt. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the second up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. Butker now to kick this one away. To return it, Alvin Kamara. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up a third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. They're going to look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And some room to maneuver. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Rob Kelly, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And he's got it up and through. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. Back to that Philly. Here we go. Hey.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. Oh, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And now here comes Kansas City. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right?
3-19. Hot. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now it's Hunt, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's pulled in at the 32. There was a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Shift together here from the D-line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
We're back now in KC. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lutz puts this one through. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one fielded at the 5. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Throwing on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
This is Keller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're... And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Colby Listenby, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. He'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd and short.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And this offense on third down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, Leopard.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
All right, here we go.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 46 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
One final try from Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute.